weeks ago, a little before 9 p.m. Eastern Time, the fired Hewlett-Packard CEO Carly Fiorina spoke, albeit not very well, on behalf of John McCain at the Republican National Convention. In our number one story in the countdown, to quote one of McCain's senior advisors, Carly will now disappear. Yesterday, one of Senator McCain's advisors said something true about the candidate on this very network is now being banned from making further TV appearances. So based on that logic, the McCain advisors who are still allowed to show their faces are, well, all of them except Ms. Fiorina. A top economic advisor to Senator McCain, Fiorina, you will recall, said this yesterday to our own Andrea Mitchell.
Well, I don't think John McCain could run a major corporation. I don't think Barack Obama could run a major corporation. I don't think Joe Biden could run a major corporation.
And though she nominally included Obama and Biden in that judgment, McCain evidently did not like being dissed by his own advisor, who had categorized Governor Palin the same way earlier in the day. Carly will now disappear, an unnamed top campaign advisor told CNN. Senator McCain was furious. Asked to define the Sopranos-like word choice, the source said that Ms. Fiorina would not be on TV for a while. Interviews have been canceled. Another campaign source said, quote, it was another bad day for her and important because people are mad because the timing was horrible. Let's bring in Rachel Maddow, our own show, moments away. More on that Breaking Bear story. Good evening, Rachel.
Hi, Keith.
This was terrible, horrible timing because of the economic crisis, or it was horrible and terrible because there was a camera on her at the moment?
Well, we don't know what she says about him when a camera is off her, so I'm not sure that we can judge. I mean, the timing of the economic crisis seems to be sort of the issue for them, or maybe it's just the fact that the economic crisis is happening at all. I mean, John McCain for 26 years has been the I hate regulations guy. I'm a deregulator guy. Even just 2 weeks ago, we had Mitt Romney at the Republican National Convention saying that John McCain would take a weed whacker to regulations. And now John McCain is out there trying to convince America that despite everything else we've ever seen from him, he's going to be the new regulator we've all been dreaming of. I mean, maybe it's timing. Maybe it's just events sort of catching up with what his politics have been all these years.
They have quite a streak going regarding economic advisors. Phil Gramm and the Nation of Whiners, Doug Holtz-Eakin and the BlackBerry invention, and Carly, as in Honest Carly. Is this why McCain is choosing not to offer any specific solutions to this economic crisis, because he can't be overheard over his own economic advisor's gaffes?
Well, Holtz-Eakin, in that same interview where he said that McCain invented the BlackBerry, also said that there's no reason to write down a plan at this time. It's not imperative to write anything down, I guess. That was awkward. And then, actually, the day that Merrill Lynch sold itself for a nickel and Lehman Brothers disappeared because it couldn't find anybody to buy itself for a nickel. That same day, that Sunday, another McCain economic advisor, Donald Luskin, had an op-ed in the Washington Post in which he said that Phil Gramm was right. We really are a nation of whiners, and everybody should stop all this sad talk about the economy. Everything's obviously fine. I don't know where he picks people. Carly Fiorina, before she got thrown under the bus, had raised the issue about Viagra being covered in health plans, which was awkward for McCain. She had said that McCain favored fully funding No Child Left Behind, which he didn't. She had said that he might want to raise taxes on rich people, which he then decried. So I guess this was the straw that broke the camel's back. But he's been through a lot with his advisors. As
American political consumers, should we be mourning this, that as soon as somebody actually, lets a fact slip through the spin, they get offed?
Well, I don't know that Carly Fiorina would be a great hope for American consumers. I mean, yes, it's true that I think we should worry about the demise of straight talk. That was one of the things that was always really politically appealing about John McCain, is that he'd say something that he knew wasn't politically perfect, wasn't necessarily the best focus group tested spun message. But if it was true, he might let himself get away with it. And there is, I think, something to mourn in even the pretense of that being gone. But I don't know that anybody's going to miss Miss Fiorina herself.
Rachel Maddow, who now gets about 40 seconds off. Thanks. See you soon.
Thanks, Keith.